It seems between tariffs and cozying up to Vladimir Putin, Donald Trump is doing everything in his power to alienate our allies and to reshuffle the world order. Can you figure out why? And can you talk about the consequences of this?
Yeah, so why? I mean, look, when you think like a narcissist, and I think narcissist is kind of a kind word for Trump, it's megalomania or whatever. Literally, you cannot separate the view of the country and the view of yourself when you're president. So there is no interest in the country. It's all what is in Trump's interest. He looks at somebody like Vladimir Putin, like Kim Jong-un, who is living like he wants to be, and he admires that. I think that's part of it. I mean, there could be more to the Russia stuff because I can't understand why he can't even once utter a bad word about Russia. But let me make the case for why this is so important. So the United States of America has been, for the last century, basically, the leader of the world. We also have the largest economy in the world. I remember 20 years ago saying that by the year 2010 or 2015, China would surpass the US economy. Well, they haven't done that. Okay. And they're not actually anywhere near doing that unless we continue to go on the path we're going on. And why is that? Because the trade deals that we've created, the economic thing of like high level manufacturing will be done here, but things like socks, yes, we used to make socks, but right now it doesn't make sense to, so we'll import those. And we've got this thing that works really well with some challenges that we can actually fix, and we should go after unfair trade practices with China. But let's keep this in mind. After World War II, the United States, after the destruction of the industrial capacity of all of Europe and basically Japan, the United States built back that industry here in the United States, which is why we had a massive explosion of industry in the 40s and 50s. It was no reason besides it was destroyed everywhere else in the world. And we took advantage of that. That benefited the United States of America. Guess what? We also basically wrote the international institutions. We wrote the rules of trade. We wrote the rules of war. We made the determination that we were going to protect all of the seas and the transition of the seas and the transportation on the seas, which makes the whole signal chat insane when they're complaining about Europe. By the way, the UK and France was helping us in the Red Sea. But when you complain about Europe, but yet we told Europe, don't worry, the United States Navy will protect freedom of navigation of the seas. Why? Yeah, kindness of our heart? Not really, because it's to our benefit. So the post-World War II order, as great as it is, and it is great for humanity, was also written to advantage the United States. You throw that out, and all of a sudden we're no different than Russia or China, and we're going to pay a price for that.